What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Bigttv TV show. I'm your host, Big T, in the house, back again, still 10 out of 10. Coming to you live and direct on the 17th of March 2021. This is the second installment of the podcast-like show where I tell you, the listener, about real-world topics of interest and discuss them in detail. Tonight, we'll be discussing the following: cryptocurrency, the international threat, decentralized finance or DeFi, what it is and why it's next up, stock markets, the madness that took place last month, political Fugazi, the theatre of deception within the political landscape. Big topics tonight. Firstly, the first topic right off the bat I'm going to talk about is crypto. Last month, Elon Musk put in 1.5 billion into crypto, into Bitcoin to be precise, and the price of the coin surged to an amazing 41,000 pounds, which is worth more than 1,000 kilograms, no, 1,000 grams of gold. And to be honest, I don't know what to make of Elon. Is he a globalist, quote unquote, or is he a quote unquote patriot? On one hand, he said a lot of good things recently and he's been a productive member of the economy, so-called economy. But on the other hand, he has promoted transhumanism via talking about implanting microchips into people's brains. Imagine. It's difficult to tell. He could be either. I think someone like Elon could be used as a front man to push through a New World Order agenda because he has good rapport with the public. We'll discuss political theory later and why you should be skeptical of any information or narrative you see in the media. But in the case of Elon, I think we should take things, what he does, at face value for now. As a result of the Tesla boss's actions, more and more governments are starting to take notice of crypto and looking to put more and more legislation regarding the online currency. Heavy restrictions are taking place in countries such as the United States with Binance, that's a cryptocurrency exchange platform, and places like India. There's also heavy restrictions on crypto there. I think the reason for all this attention is because crypto is decentralized, and since it's decentralized, it's also encrypted. It's near impossible to fraud and very difficult to hack. This is a direct threat to governmental power and the monopoly of the financial sector. Therefore, it's an international threat. DeFi, where it is and why it's next up. Which brings me to my next topic. Decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, what I just said, is essentially the third generation of crypto. This sector is moving so fast, it's quite unbelievable. We've gone from just buying and selling basic coins online to having full-fledged banking systems which allow for borrowing and lending and even providing liquidity, plus even more financial protocols, which has previously only been available to an individual with a lot of money within these banking systems and institutions. DeFi brings it to the home and is accessible by anyone and anybody with no middleman, aka the banks. For years and years, these banks and governments have been hand in hand in printing money faster than you can save. Therefore, the interest rate, APRs, have plummeted to near zero. Faith in fiat currency, has gone down the drain fast. And the weaknesses of fiat is the strengths of crypto. And as a result, DeFi's APRs are absolutely insane. It won't be like this for very long as it's a new sector, not even a year from when this video was released. Eventually, this will become mainstream, and the decline of fiat will only exponentially accelerate as the rise of DeFi. This is why I believe it's the future. It should be, and it would be a good idea just to research crypto and DeFi. That's something I would recommend to anybody. Now, for my next topic, I'm going to discuss one of the many reasons fiat is done out here, as we say from where I'm from. Redditors figured out how to organize and short stocks. This meant that large hedge funds lost money and as it did not expect the price to rise so quickly, so quickly. Basically the opposite of what happened in the 2007 recession, believe it or not. This group is known as Wall Street Bets, and they continue this tactic for successful trades after the GameStop trade. Today, this group will talk tactics despite being attempts of censorship by the same groups of the banks puppeteered by the deep state. Crazy. Yes, absolutely insane revelations. It's almost hard to believe at times, but I'm here to tell you this is the case, and many times it's done on purpose. Which brings me to my next topic, and maybe one of the most important topics I've ever done on this channel: political fugazi. Firstly, what do I mean by such a term, and how it's been affecting the world around you? Most of the things you see being put out as trends, quote unquote trends, are completely fabricated and for the sole purpose of distracting you from the real. This is the main tool of keeping one within the matrix. Its nature is often cascading, and what I mean by that is once you go down the rabbit hole and find out quote unquote what happened, you'll find that it's just a smoke and mirror run to divert attention from areas that the cabal / deep state don't want the average Joe to look at, and simultaneously promote an agenda. One example of this was the events that took place a few months ago, January the 6th, in United States, where political tensions reached a boiling point, you could say, and the opportunity to subvert the cause was taken. After the fact, the media could come in and film the optics, get the shots they wanted and required to create the story with the agenda the deep state that was looking to push in the first place. That particular story I'm talking about went on for weeks and weeks, but today, not a single word about it. That's because the event has already served its purpose. The mainstream media knows the average person has a poor attention span, so therefore they can put out the next bit of theatre that will completely contradict the talking points of the previous event, which is exactly what happened. All this to distract and confuse the public. January 6th was an event that personally helped me realise how far deep most of these mainstream news story arcs cascade from reality. Once you realise and understand, and you see for what it is, and see for what they really are, just stories, just make-believe stories, theatre, then you can see what's really going on behind the curtain, just like you was watching a theatrical performance. That's it from me. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Until next time.